Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manashwini Padhi, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So here I am covering your banking and insurance portion. In my previous video lectures, I have already discussed a lot of things regarding banking and insurance, regarding the functions of banking and the essentials of banking, and the insurance part is already been covered by me. Okay, so in my today's video lecture, I will be discussing about one of the most important primary functions of a commercial bank, that is loan management. Okay, so in my recent video I have discussed that a commercial bank performs a lot of functions, various functions. So among those functions, accepting deposits and advancing loans are two most important functions. Okay, so the accepting deposit function is been already discussed by me, that different kind of deposits are there which are being opened. Deposit accounts are being opened by normal public, like a fixed deposit account, current account, savings account, etc. Okay, so in my today's video lecture I will be discussing about loan management. So let us start with today's video lecture. So, lending or advancing loan is one of the two basic functions of the commercial bank. So, obviously, I have already discussed in my previous video lecture that a commercial bank is a financial institution which accepts deposit from those who have surplus of money and provides loan to those who have deficit of money. Okay, so for example, I have 50,000 rupees available with me right now, but I need only 20,000 rupees. So the rest 30,000 rupees I will be depositing in a commercial bank so that I can get some kind of return on that particular amount. So besides keeping that amount as deposit, if I keep that particular amount in my cupboard at my home, then that is not going to give me any kind of return. Okay, so I have to deposit that particular amount in a commercial bank in different categories of account so that I can get some kind of return. So this is the function which is called accepting deposit. Okay, so I can deposit that amount in different types of account, like fixed deposit account, recurring deposit account, savings account, etc. In that case, if I am a business person, I can open a current account and deposit my money in that account. Okay, so this is the first basic function or first primary function, that is accepting deposit. Second function is advancing loan. So lending or advancing loan is one of the most important of two basic function of the commercial bank. So lending is one of the principal services provided by the commercial bank. So what do you mean by principal services? Principal services means very important services or primary services without which the commercial bank is incomplete. Okay, so if accepting deposits is the function of one hand, then lending is the function of other hand. So if this is in one hand I am accepting deposit as a commercial bank, so in other hand I have to provide loan to the public who are in need of money. Okay, so we can take an example. So a person is going to start a business, but he doesn't have capital with him. He needs 1 lakh rupees in order to run a business, in order to start a business. Okay, but he has only 70,000 rupees available with him. So in this case he can approach a commercial bank, and a commercial bank will advance him with the 30,000 rupees, and he will get 30,000 rupees and he will start his business. Okay, so accepting deposit and advancing loan are two functions of a commercial bank, two basic or primary functions of a commercial bank. So lending is the profit or revenue earning process of the commercial bank. Before going to this point, let me clear one thing, that the deposits which are being kept by the commercial bank from normal public, that is a liability upon the commercial bank. So deposits are the liabilities and loans are the assets for the commercial bank. How is this? So if a bank gets something as deposit from a public, so the bank becomes liable to pay that particular person when he demands that particular money with the amount of interest. So the interest amount is the liability upon the commercial bank. Okay, similarly, if we think of loan amount, a bank has given some kind of loan to me, so I have that particular responsibility to repay that loan with the principal amount as well as the interest amount. So the commercial bank will get the interest amount as the profit. Okay, so the loans are the assets for the commercial bank and the deposits are the liabilities for the commercial bank. So without lending, the process of earning profit does not start for the commercial bank. So if we think of that, a bank does not advance any kind of loan, does not lend anything, so where the profit will come? Okay, so without the process of lending, the process of earning profit does not start for the commercial bank. So advancing loan is the most important criteria through which the commercial bank earns any kind of profit. So a major part of bank deposits gets blocked in cash reserves and liquid assets to meet CRR and SLR. So in my previous video lecture, at the time of discussing the primary functions of a commercial bank, I have already told this point to you that the commercial bank performs the function of credit creation. Okay, so what do we mean by credit creation? Here, this function means that if a commercial bank gets something as deposit, the complete deposit, the deposits cannot be given as loan 100%. Okay, so let us understand this through an example. For example, there is 100 rupees which is being deposited with the commercial bank. So the commercial bank cannot give 100 out of 100 as loan. Okay, so before providing loan from that particular 100 rupees, the commercial bank has to keep something as reserve. So there are two kinds of reserve. First one is CRR and second one is SLR. CRR stands for cash reserve ratio and SLR stands for statutory liquidity ratio. Okay, so CRR is the ratio which is being kept reserved by the commercial bank with the RBI itself, and SLR is the ratio which is being kept by the commercial bank with the bank itself. So for example, from those 100 rupees, 10% is the CRR rate and 10% is the SLR rate. So from that 100 rupees, 10 rupees is being kept as CRR with RBI and 10 rupees is kept as SLR with that particular commercial bank. So the rest amount, which is 80 rupees, will be provided as loan. Okay, so this is the basic function of providing loan which is decided by the RBI. And yes, the rate of CRR and the rate of SLR is also being decided by the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, because RBI is the regulatory body for the commercial bank in our country. So next point is, the residual funds have to be used very carefully for lending to earn reasonable return. So whatever the residual fund, what do you mean by residual fund? Residual fund is otherwise known as the rest fund. In my example, which is 80 rupees. So that 80 rupees should be provided, should be distributed as loan in a very careful manner. We cannot give 80 out of 80 to one person. What if that person does not return me that particular amount? Where will I earn my profit? Okay, so whatever the residual funds is, that should be distributed in different kinds of loan, different terms of loan. That can be short term, that can be medium term, that can be long term. So the banks lend money out of deposit received by the customer. Deposits are repayable on the date of maturity or on short notice or on demand by the customers. Hence, the bank cannot lend money for a longer period out of deposits for short period. Okay, so for example, a person has deposited 1 lakh rupees with me and I kept some amount of reserve and I gave 80,000 rupees as long term loan. But after some days, that person came to my bank and told me that he wants his 1 lakh rupees. So if I have given all that 80,000 rupees as long term loan, where I am going to repay that particular amount to that person? Okay, so this is the duty of the commercial bank to disburse loan very carefully, because that money is of short notice, that money is of short period. The person who is depositing the particular amount of money can anytime come and can anytime demand his money back. Okay, so this should be done very carefully. Deposits are repayable on very short maturity, short period. Okay, so that is why banks cannot lend money for a longer period out of deposit for a short period. Okay, so a commercial bank is essentially a medium or short term lender. It is clear that commercial bank cannot lend for a long period any substantial part of funds which have been borrowed for short period from depositor. So commercial bank gets deposit for 1 year only. Fixed deposit is for 1 year only. So from that particular 1 year maturity fixed deposit amount, the commercial bank cannot give loan for a longer period. Okay, so for that short period amount of deposits, commercial bank will have to advance loan for a shorter period only. Okay, so this is the lending policy of a commercial bank. The commercial bank has to think of very carefully what will be the amount of loan I should give, what will be the structure of the loan which I should give, but if this should be short term or medium term or long term, if this should be a lump sum loan or installments loan. Okay, so there are different categories of loan, different classifications of loan, which we will discuss in our next class. So here there are some basic points, which is the significance of loan or importance of loan, how loan helps to the commercial bank, or how loan helps in a developing economy like India. So there are certain points. Points are like agents of indirect production, generates employment, improvement in standard of living, contribution to economic development, raise the level of consumption, source of bank's profit. So these are certain points which are the significance or importance of loans. So we will discuss these points one by one. So the first point is agents of indirect production. So bank loans are called agent of indirect production. The producers purchase raw materials, machineries, hire labor and other means of production through these loans advanced by commercial bank. So commercial bank which provide loan, and this loan acts as the agent for indirect production, not direct production. This is for indirect production. How? For example, I am going to start a business and I have 50,000 rupees available with me, but I need 1 lakh rupees. So the rest 50,000 rupees I will be taking loan from a commercial bank. So the commercial bank provides me with 50,000 rupees of loan, business loan for starting a business. Okay, so from those 50,000 rupees I purchased some kind of raw material, I purchased machineries, I hired some amount of laborers for my work in a factory. Okay, so the loan amount is being used for production purpose, but that is not directly put to the production purpose. That loan is being given to me and I put that particular amount in the production purpose. So this is how commercial banks helps for indirect production of the business houses. So this is the point, that is the commercial, that is the loans are the agents for indirect production. Second point is generates employment. So how commercial banks generates employment? Let us understand. Commercial banks have increased employment opportunities through lending functions, have contributed to mass production, mass distribution and mass consumption. So a business person who is going to start a business or who is going to diversify his business or expand his business will go to the commercial bank and grant himself with some amount of loan. So once the loan is being sanctioned by the commercial bank and that particular person gets loan from the commercial bank, so that amount of loan will be put to use for production purpose, for the distribution of the products. So for doing these things, that means for doing the production work, doing the distribution work, etc. So we need manpower. Okay, so as the business grows or the business diversifies, so the organization, the particular person will need some kind of employees in the organization to do the production work and to do the distribution work. So this is how loans generates employment indirectly, that is not direct, that is indirect. Next point is improvement in standard of living. Bank loans and advances may be used to increase production and employment. This will result in higher income and improve the living standard of people. So bank does not only provide loan to business person. Banks also provide loan for personal purposes in order to in the purpose of personal loan, housing loans, etc. Okay, so otherwise this bank loans and advances are used to increase the production and employment. So once a person gets employed in an organization, this will result in his higher income, he will gain more, he will earn income more, and this will ultimately improve the living standard of people. The standard of living of poor people will be increased. The person who is sitting at home unemployed will earn something, will income some kind of salary per month. So this will increase his standard of living. So this is how loan does. This is how loan improves the standard of living. Next point is our contribution to economic development. The loan advanced by the commercial banks promote the economic development of the country. Bank lending contributes to develop infrastructural facilities to promote production, distribution, and boosts exports and imports. So commercial banks does not only provide loans for personal purpose or for housing loan facilities. Commercial bank provide loan for business purpose also. Okay, so business houses, business persons gets loan from the commercial bank to start their business or to diversify their business or to expand their business. Okay, so whatever loan is being sanctioned by the commercial bank is being contributed to develop infrastructural facilities of the country. It promotes production facilities, distribution facilities, and commercial banks also provide loans for the purpose of export and import. If a person is doing export import business, so commercial bank provide pre-shipment finance, post-shipment finance, export finance. There are different kind of finances are available. So this is how commercial banks and the loans provided by the commercial banks helps or contributes in the economic development of the country. Next one is raise the level of consumption. Banks also increase the level of consumption through their consumer loan. So this is the part which is the consumer loan. The banks provide consumer loan or personal loan for different personal reasons. Banks provide consumer loans for creating constant demand for consumer goods like houses, furniture, appliances, fixtures, etc. So for example, I want to purchase a air conditioner for my home, but I don't have that kind of that amount of money available with me. So I can approach a commercial bank and commercial bank will grant me a loan to purchase air conditioner. So I will have to pay the interest amount to commercial bank. Okay, so this is how the commercial bank, the loans provided by the commercial bank is increasing in the level of consumption. This is getting easier for the consumers to get loan from the commercial bank as consumer loan and purchase different kind of consumer goods like houses, furniture, appliances, fixtures, etc. Next one is the source of bank's profit. So obviously I have already discussed this point with you that the loans provided by the commercial bank is the asset for the commercial bank. The banks get the principal amount returned as well as the interest amount. So the banks provided loans, so the loans provided by the bank acts as a source of profit, source of revenue for the commercial bank. So from those amount of profit, the banks do many kind of activities like providing salaries to the employees and for different infrastructural development program, and the rest part of profit is also being used in different investment projects of the country by the commercial bank. So banking lending also plays an important role in the gross earning and the net profit of a commercial bank. So it is the most profitable as well as risky function performed by commercial bank. Why this is a risky function? This is very risky because there are chances of having NPA. If a person who has taken loan doesn't pay any kind of principal or any kind of interest, then that asset which is going to perform as an asset for the commercial bank will be a non-performing asset, and that will be a loss for the commercial bank. Okay, that is why the loan acts as the source of bank's profit. So in my today's video lecture, I have discussed a lot of things regarding loan management, what are the significance of loan management, importance of loan management for the commercial bank, as well as for the economic development of the country. So I hope you have understood the video, and if you didn't get something, you can ask me in the comment box and I will clear your doubts. Thank you so much for watching.